I'm in Illinois, right outside St. Louis.
Okay.
And I tried to reach out to you a month ago. I think it was around Christmas, and I had sent you a DM, and I was basically I'm on my family members' Instagram. So when I tried to video call you, I had nothing set up. I have no Instagram, anything. I don't really do social media. And when I found you,
Mm-hmm.
I got on her page, and I've been watching you ever since.
Well, I appreciate you being interested.
Very much so, very much so. But I'm finally in. I figured out how to use the video. I have a question. Like I said, I reached out to you in December. Um, I'm on a spiritual journey, of course. I think like everyone who's listening to you, and with everything going on, I just don't know what to do as far as um, I'm not working due to the mandates in Illinois. Well, actually Missouri, because I was working in Missouri. And I feel like that's taking a toll on my spiritual ascension and
It's
journey.
supposed to. It's supposed to. It's called trial by fire, sweetie. So, look, in 2018, I walked off my job. Good job. Gave up everything. Uh, Spiritual perception is this. If I need something, Big Mama gonna get it to me. Period. She gonna make a way.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about what's gonna happen tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't here yet. I deal with it when it get here. Big Mama got me on a mission, right?
Yeah, I feel that. I get that. And I think every day I wake up, I think of just trying to. I have two children, so I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Which
So
requires you to
just
have
the
to
thought
do
of,
more than I. Like I got children too, and I don't have no 2-year-old, but my son about the same age as 7-year-old, and my other son is like 6. And the rest of my kids grown. But the hard part is this is the rule. This is your basic. Do whatever you think is right as a mother first. Don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks. Because
yes,
if you don't
check.
follow that mother instinct, there's nobody else going to pick up the slack. If you follow that instinct and do what you know is right, no matter who say something, and know that Big Mama gonna take care of you, you ain't gonna worry about it. You're gonna be taken care of. People are just gonna start
I
giving you
feel it.
shit, right?
I have my days though. I have my days, but just me talking to you, it really just I don't know. I'm just I'm smiling because I understand and I get what you're saying. And then I do sometimes have my days when I wake up like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to keep looking for a job? Ones that's obviously not mandating, but so I have my good and bad days, and I try to keep everything together for my boys. But I know it's a test. I know it's a trial, and I know it wasn't going to be easy leaving. Well, getting let go, but it's just a good. I don't know. I just have my days, and I feel like it's. I know I'm not going to go past my beliefs and just say for the money I'm going to do the jab or anything, but obviously due to money I feel like it's affecting my spiritual, like I'm not as open or alone enough to really ascend. And I feel like would Big Mama understand that? Even though I'm trying, I feel like I'm not ascending as far as I
Okay,
was before I
well
lost my job.
let's analyze that. You say you think Big Mama would understand. Big Mama a woman.
I'm in my heart. I feel like she will see me trying, but I know it's still things I need to do. As far as I'm sure, I haven't been, getting physically my body working out. Like I hear every day, get your body right, work out, cleanse. And I feel like because I'm so stressed on home and keeping a home and a car, that I'm not physically putting in the work, but spiritually I am. And it's all I think about every day. I listen to you every day, and I try to meditate, and all I keep doing is thinking about negative. Well, not even negative, just what am I going to do? Yeah. Am I going to make it tomorrow? You know, stuff
Okay,
like that.
so this
So I
is
feel like that's
so
affecting
what
my
are they doing with us?
ascension.
What are they doing to us is the first thing you gotta understand. Once you understand what they doing to us, it's gonna help you the most. They want us in what we call an apathetic state, low vibrational frequency, fear mongered,
Hmm.
right? So they create the fear, but what is it doing? Right? Fear and love don't exist in the same place at the same time.
Right.
So if they keep you in a state of fear, they can keep you from tapping in to prime source. Fear is animal instinct. Spirit is God's instinct. So as long as you acting with your animal instinct, your God instinct not gonna take over.
Mm.
Right? Now this is the hard part. You have to develop a certain amount of don't give a fuck. Right? You gotta develop that. You gotta learn how to use the fuck it key. Do what you know you can do, and don't worry about the rest. Say fuck it. You did what you can. When you start beating up on yourself and feeling bad because you got a shut off notice, the shut off notice is to terrify you. That's terrorism. You ain't even supposed to be paying for no gas and no goddamn lights and no water. Right? That's the purpose of government. That's the purpose of collecting your taxes. They don't even use tax money to do the shit they supposed to use tax money for. Right? They don't use.
Oh, now that you brought up taxes, and I know you say just let it fall and everything, I'm thinking that we should even be this tax season now. We shouldn't even be filing taxes. Is that
Nope.
correct?
I didn't file, man. I ain't filed taxes in 3 years. Right?
Okay.
And I'm not
I
gonna
was
file the
figuring.
motherfuckers again. Now, if I just wanted to do some hustle shit, I got a tax lady that'll get me paid based on my
Mm-hmm.
last job. Even though I've been off, she still can get me a fat check from the tax collector. Fuck that tax collector. Fuck his taxes, the horse he rode in on, and the motherfucking jingle boots he walked in the door with. Right? I don't need nothing from anything I get right now. I only want it if it's coming from Big Mama. I don't want it if it ain't coming from her. Because I don't trust nobody else to be on the up and up but Big Mama.
Yeah.
Because even the people that love you the most will cross you out for their own interest. Big Mama don't do that. She don't believe in cross out. Right? So once you start, just worry about tuning in to her. She gonna tell you everything you need to do. She wants you to work out. That's your job now. If you start working out, you go bills just gonna be getting paid because you're doing what she told you.
Yeah.
You know, so stop sending them babies to school. Fuck that shit. That shit finna go bad. It's finna go bad in an ugly way. I've been screaming this shit for 2.5 years. Get your kids out these public educational systems because the shit gonna go bad. Now it's past me even warning people. It's so close to about to happen. I just, yeah.
I did, and my children's father and their grandparents, they had a fit. It's really hard because it's a lot of people in my position. I know it's a lot of people who's trying to disconnect, and I just said I have to just, if I have to cut them off
Cut the fuck off. They
and
cut the
just do
fuck off.
what's in my
Look,
heart.
they cut the fuck off. I didn't cut some motherfuckers off. I really did. But they wasn't on the right frequency. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They, you know, they want to beat up on me because I don't move the way they want me to. I'm not living my life how they want me to live in my life. I'm living my life how I'm living my life. Right? I'm
Yeah, they
walking.
don't understand our beliefs. They're still, you know, in that system, and they just
It
thought
go
I was
right back to what I
crazy.
told you. Do what you know is right, no matter who the fuck get angry, upset, disappointed, pissed off, slick words. They can all kiss your ass, and they can kiss mine too. They kiss mine first, in case you don't want their nasty lips on yours.
Mm,
Right? Long as you do what you know in your heart is right, the rest of it will take care of itself, and you have to know that. If you don't know that, then you still living in fear. Then Big Mama can't really help you because you telling her you don't want her help.
I know. I be telling myself every day, stop it. Don't worry. It's going to be okay.
And the self-talk is fine because that's how you
Mm-hmm.
learn to understand how your emotions affect your thoughts and how your thoughts affect your emotions and how you can use them in synchronicity to your greatest advantage. If you don't do the self-talk, you'll never know. They told us that bullshit growing up that talking to yourself was insanity. That was the worst shit they could ever told us. Because now we don't have an internal problem-solving mechanic at work because we put that motherfucker on layoff status in the 2nd grade. He been
Yeah.
laid off ever since.
Mm. I think I do have another question while I have you on. I know you're tired. My son, my 2-year-old, he has about four birth injuries when he was born.
What you mean?
Basically, when he was born, the nurses was going to prep me for a C-section, and the doctor came in. You know, they come in late, just ready to deliver. She was like, "Let's just try this first," and she put her arm up there to open my cervix because I wasn't dilating. So she used her arm basically to pull my baby, open my cervix more, pull my baby out, and she pulled his neck so hard that it tore nerves in his neck. He had got shoulder dystocia, so his arm is out of socket to this day still. And that affected the nerves in his eye, so that's called Horner syndrome. That's about 3 ounces. Just said 3. So yeah, the nerves in his left arm was limp. So that's the nerves affecting his
How old
arm.
is he now?
So they call that. He's 2 now. I've been trying to fight that in court, but you know, whatever.
Well, just,
Nothing
look,
has came from that.
don't even worry about fighting that in court because the court system's about to close down and it ain't going to resolve anyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Well, of
so
course, at the time when he was born, I tried. But my question is, he's 2. He's beautiful. He's energetic. He does. His arm is not as functioning as his left arm has the injury. It's not as functioning as his right, but he's just like any other 2-year-old. My question is though, the morning before I went into labor, literally right before my water broke, I had a dream that I was sitting in the recliner that I was waiting, you know, just waiting to deliver. And I delivered, basically, I was crying, sitting in the recliner because I was holding my baby with the umbilical cord still attached to me. And but I didn't go in labor. So I was just scared because I had that dream right before my labor that something was wrong. And it's an hour or 2 later, obviously I had him and something went wrong.
yeah,
But that dream was so vivid. I was holding a baby that was still technically attached to me, but he was outside of the body. And I'm like, what's going on? I just was looking at him crying. And that happened. What do you think?
so
After, obviously, I had him, I said to myself, I dreamt that something was going to happen, and it happened.
right. So a lot of these doctors, a lot of these doctors want to come in, hurry up, and rush you to have a baby. That's why we got to get back.
Yep, I told him I wanted a lotus birth, and she said, well, let's worry about getting the baby out first. I wanted, you know, the placenta and everything, and I didn't want them to cut the umbilical cord fast. So I was trying to do the things that I was learning But they didn't want to do none of that. It's all about
look, they just
what you
trying
were
to get
saying.
in, get that check, and get the fuck on. So look, at this point, that dream, what you was doing is pair bonding early with your child. Because this is the way, okay, so when we started doing doula training, a lot of this going to make a lot more sense to a lot of people. When a woman have a baby, she's not supposed to, the umbilical cord is not supposed to sever until the placenta release. Right? And exactly what you was doing in the dream is the proper way to introduce a newborn child to his mother.
I was terrified.
Look.
Because I was at home in a chair in my dream. So I'm like, what is going on?
But look.
Okay.
You sitting there holding the baby. Baby's umbilical cord is still connected. Right? This is the way you're supposed to pair bond with a child. Now, because your son, in his script, when he came in, had to go through that trauma.
A lot of trauma.
Now watch.
Bruised from head to toe.
Now watch. You have to be prepped more than the baby. You need more pair bonding to the baby because he's going to have damage to him. Right? So you have to have a tighter bond with him so you don't suffer postpartum depression, kill you and the baby. Kill the doctor. Big Mama had to prep you, so now you connected so much to the baby, right? You give him a little extra attention even when you don't want to admit you do.
Oh, I do.
Right?
I do. I'm going to cry thinking about it.
Right.
It was very traumatizing.
Yeah, he going to recover. It's just going to take a while because of the type of damage it was. Right? But he had to go through that because that's part of his dynamic life development. Overcoming the handicap is his desire for his life.
And he's an Aries.
Yeah, they fighters.
Yes, he is. Very much so.
Yeah, my mama was an Aries, so I know how they is. So look, he came in to overcome this obstacle. You need more prep than he do, right? Because he's closer to Big Mama before birth than you are.
Wow.
So he's already been prepped, but you ain't been prepped yet. So you had that dream. The dream was just pair binding you earlier than was going to be allowed by the hospital, because if it's not done right, shit going wrong. Right. So she just preempted it. She sent you.
I didn't look at it that way. Wow.
Yeah. Because the trauma alone was enough to make you hurt the doctor.
Very much so. His father had to leave. I was technically by myself. Other than his aunt. She stayed with me through it, but his father couldn't even watch it. I mean, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And like you said,
at that time I was. Yep. So this is why we need doulas and midwives, because they respect the womb and the birthing process. Every woman not supposed to have a 30-minute labor cycle and pop a baby out. Right? What happens in labor? Oxytocin causes contractions, right? Then the contractions causes the cervix to open to push the baby out. All right, now when you having mitochondrial, oxytocin releases for 2 or 3 days. What is this releasing? What is oxytocin in the brain? It's the love hormone. Right? If there's no oxytocin, a woman can't orgasm. Right? So, where does the oxytocin get stimulated the most? In contractions during labor. And this is part of the bonding process of the mother to the child. You're supposed to have the labor, but it's not supposed to be as painful as they make it by laying you on your back.
Yes.
They might as
Yeah,
well
I've learned
flip
a
you
lot.
upside down and hang you up by your goddamn heels. That's the same amount of dumb for giving birth. Right? The position you was in the chair was more natural to giving birth than laying on your back.